I hope he's got targets. Now, we don't know the targets at the moment, but I hope Steve Rowley, the chief scout, has been scouring the world, and he's got targets that they can go for now. I'm sure they will have someone lined up, because you can't lose two of your main players, if you like, and get away with it. So hopefully he has got targets who can come into the club straight after and go from there, really. But, you know, these 17 days will be critical for a lot of the supporters. Arsene Wenger as well, because I'm sure there is players out there he wants, and can he get them? That's the big question.
Well, I think it would be a relief for the players. I mean, obviously, they would like Fabregas to have stayed at the football club. What a wonderful player he's been from Arsenal Football Club's point of view. But I think once a player's decided he wants to leave, from my point of view as a player, I'd want that player out of the way so we can concentrate on the players that are now at the football club and start to refocus on them with such a massive game coming up for Arsenal as well.
And in terms of Sami Nasri, what kind of effect do you feel it'll have if he does move on, say, this week, for example?
Well, again, it's going to be another massive loss for Arsenal Football Club. But I think as a player, what you do, you soon get over it. You've got to adjust very quickly. And what some of the players were thinking, well, it actually gives me a chance to put myself forward to get in the team. But I think if Arsenal, well, they're going to lose Fabregas, it looks like Nasri will go as well, then I would think Arsenal will re-strengthen their squad before the end of the transfer window.
What specific areas do you feel they should look at, Nigel?
Well, everyone's always talking about maybe they need to bring in another centre-half, but I look at that midfield area, and technically all those players are fantastic, but I don't see a real powerhouse within that team. There's always periods within a game where things are not going quite right. You want an enforcer in there, and all the Arsenal midfield are relatively small, technically very, very good. So I just wonder whether Arsene Wenger can try, because it's not easy to find that powerhouse player, you know, similar to Petit and Vieira type player. But it's going to be very, very difficult. And also people will look with Van Persie out suspended for this game as well, whether they need actually bring another striker in. They do have Shamak, Gervinho can play up there, so it's going to be really interesting for me who starts up front tomorrow as well.
You know, a bit more experience into their team, always potential, he always finds gems, he's done it all the time, Arsene Wenger, since he's been at the Emirates. I like Scotty Parker, I think he'd do a fantastic job for him. I also would throw someone like Modric in the mix. People get astounded saying how he'd never go to Tottenham, to Arsenal. Well, if they bid enough money, he would. You know, Tevez left Man United to go to Man City. Chelsea are big rivals of Tottenham, and yet it looked like if they paid enough Chelsea, they would get Modric. So I certainly think a player like that, yeah, of course, Tottenham fans won't thank me because it's one of their, if not their best player, but you've got to pay over the odds if you want to make your team successful. And you can't keep sticking money in the bank, buying potential kids, then reselling them for more money and expect the club to be successful.
This goes to the very heart of the matter, the headline, Wenger's false economies must end, but who will force him into splashing the cash? And Sam points out that this is the first time that first transfer window that Arsene Wenger hasn't had either David Dein or the late Danny Fisman in the background prompting him, pushing him, actually cajoling him, saying, come on, listen, we must spend money on this. If you're going to spend over the odds on Gary Cahill or Phil Jagielka, OK, let's do it, because we can't afford to be out of the Champions League places. But Sam points out, who is there at Arsenal doing that? Stan Kroenke? Well, Silent Stan is his nickname, and there doesn't seem to be much push and force from him to get Wenger to make a decision, and that's what people are talking about at Arsenal, the indecision of Arsene Wenger when it comes to making bold moves in the transfer market. It doesn't seem to be able to do that.